If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is June the 28th, 2022, and today the topic is Let Your Lips Speak Life. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope that you all had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine. It didn't necessarily pan out the way I thought it was, but I guess it panned out the way it's supposed to. So to God be the glory for that. Yeah, I was supposed to record an episode of GSL, but for some reason it just didn't work out. However, I do believe it was all for a purpose because I ended up recording for another platform while everything was quiet because I told y'all that my little man was on I call it a grandma tour anytime he's away because you never know. He might hit them all up, but he was at his nana's house over the weekend and whatnot, and so it was very quiet midday. So I went ahead and knocked that recording out and everything like that, and so and I'll let y'all know when that comes out and everything. But yeah, I was guest hosting another platform, so I ended up doing that instead. And then after that, I ended up kind of finishing up some things I needed to do for a book client. And yeah, that's pretty much what my day looked like yesterday. And our little man did come back and everything. So he came back from tour early. I'm just kidding. So that was another thing that happened as well yesterday. But yeah, that's what yesterday looked like for me for the most part. Um, Today, I did wake up a little bit early and I looked up the time and everything as well. But once I listened to the prayer meditation, the phrase "let your lips speak life" came into my mind. And I believe that it's because it went hand in hand with the topic of today for the um, prayer meditation situation. And the interesting thing is that phrase, "let your lips speak life," is what I chose to represent my lipstick and lip gloss collection. So that's kind of like the tagline for my lipstick and lip gloss collection. But yeah, it goes hand in hand with the subject. Yeah, the subject that was presented to me this morning with the prayer and meditation with the Soul Space app. So, oh yeah, side note, y'all, if y'all want to check out my lip gloss and lipstick collection, then go to actressmiraclesims.com, But anywho, yeah, so let your lips speak life. What does that mean? How can we do that? I mean, I'm pretty sure I talked before about, um, you know, uh, watching what we say and everything like that. Um, the word does say every idle word, uh, God is going to judge. See, I'm messing that thing up. See, he probably gonna call me out for that. He's like, hey, I'm gonna need you to quote these Bible verses correctly. But well, I didn't write that one down this morning, but still, y'all might be familiar with it, Bible readers, right? The one that says that. But regardless, I do have some more verses to share along the lines of, letting our lips speak life. What kind of things should we be saying? And everything like that. So let's get into it. Ephesians 4:29 says, "Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. So, yes, that definitely reminds me of what I was hearing in the prayer meditation today. It did mention about building up. Yeah, yes, are our words building up? Are the words you speaking, you know, are you speaking life, right? Or are you speaking curses? Are you speaking death? All of those things are important. I know I was talking to my husband over the weekend about the whole, obviously, the Roe v. Wade abortion talk and whatnot, and people say things. I feel like people say things that they may not really mean, because if they put themselves into the situation, then it will be a totally different conversation, or themselves or them family members or something like that. Um, and that's the thing. We need to kind of watch what we say, right? Because again, it could be us. It could be us in that situation. And then at the end of the day, if someone makes the choice that you said you supported X, Y, and Z, but it's your family member that they're terminating, then you're gonna feel some kind of way. And so things like that. It's all fun and games, I guess, when you're just out here saying whatever. But yeah, when you and vice versa as well, because I was reading one lady's account. She felt the need to share her abortion story, and it was unfortunate, obviously, the situation and everything like that. um but I mean, and yeah, I may have my point of view of it and everything, but at the end of the day, again, with me not being in that type of situation, um again, there's only a certain extent of understanding that I can personally have, right? But I can have sympathy, I can have empathy, um, and I know at the end of the day, there's grace and mercy for her as well as it was for me. So there's no judgment from me. It's just, but am I going to go along with you and give the impression that you know that was the best decision or whatever. I mean, probably not. But then again, I guess if you're not asking me for my opinion, then I guess, there's no need for me to necessarily share my opinion. Um, and whatnot, even though I know that's what social media is. When you put yourself out there, you're open to everybody and their opinions. But regardless, man, either way, we're talking about letting our lips speak life on today. The interesting thing is, there's a lot of things that are being said, narratives that are being pushed. And the thing is, it's like the more people hear it, the more they believe it. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, if you're going to continue to speak those words over your life, then yeah, that's what you're going to see. And a lot of that is kind of like speaking curses over your life, speaking curses over your community, speaking curses over um, all of us, really, when you think about it. And so that's the thing. We got to watch what we're saying out here, and what we're sharing and what we're spouting as truth, because if those things aren't uplifting, if those things aren't, building up rather than tearing down, then yeah, you are speaking curses over your life. I heard a gentleman last week. I don't know if I told y'all about it, but I listened to this gentleman's interview last week, and he was saying how um, curse words represented spirits. They were the name of spirits. And so when you're using curse words, you're calling spirits. Now, I never heard or thought of that before. I know we tackled that conversation early on in GSL. We talked about, cussing Christians and all that. um, and granted, I've done movie roles and theater roles. I played characters that have, dropped some words. I'm not gonna pretend like I've never used the word or something like that. Now, I don't necessarily use it in my real life. However, you know, but regardless, I mean, I guess when you think about that, like, that our words have power, right? And if that's true, I don't know if that's true or not, in regards to those words representing certain spirits and whatnot. But hey, all I can say is, I definitely see what they say, like atmosphere changes when you hear certain words. And so there could be some truth to that. I don't know. I guess we all got to pray and discern about that, that revelation. But regardless, yeah, we need to be watching what we say and understand that our words have power one way or another, right? Let's keep going. Psalm 141:3, it says, "Set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips." Honestly, I kind of wanted to end with that one just because it does seem like a prayer. It does seem like something we need to be, asking the Lord to help us with. But regardless, yeah, whether I read it now or later, it rings true, man. Let's ask God to help us to do this. Because there's a lot of times we feel like we don't have control over our mouths, but we do. We do. I feel like we have more self control than we let on, than we exercise. Um, I told y'all that's one of my pet peeves, acting like we don't have the power that we do. And again, like listen, I'm human too. You know what I'm saying? I've struggled in areas, exercising my self control and power as well. Um, but my thing is, let's not pretend like we don't have the power, or that we can't, control oneself. And in this case, one's mouth. um, but anywho, I'm gonna keep going here. We got Psalm 34:13. It says, "Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit." Well, I mean, and again, I know we can see how important that is. I know I just spoke a minute ago about the people that are speaking curses over your life with pushing certain narratives and things that may not be true. So, I mean, yeah, if you're out here sowing the seed of deceit um, with your mouth, then that I mean, hey, we're not supposed to be doing it. Basically, we again, this verse says here to keep our tongue from evil. Um, so yeah, I mean, again, I don't see how we don't understand um, when we can see results. Can we not see the results of speaking evil and lying and being deceitful with our words? Um, I can see results of that all around us, but I mean, hey, there are some that can't. So I mean, I hope that God opens their eyes and everything like that. Remove those scales from their eyes, Lord. That's my prayer today. Um, I have one more verse to share in regards to this chit chat, and it is Proverbs 21:23. It says, "Whoever keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble." That sounds like a good old Southern adage. Some grandma would have said, or my mama. Keep your mouth and your tongue so you stay out of trouble. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, again, can we see proof of that as well? I mean, I know keeping my mouth and tongue, growing up, kept me out of plenty of trouble. I'm reminded a little bit of yesterday as well. I told you all that I was supposed to be doing an interview and there was some type of miscommunication or misunderstanding or whatever between me and my guest. And the interesting thing was, when she responded to me, it was an email, but when she responded to me when I was like, "Hey, why don't we just reschedule?" She wasn't pleased, to say the least. I'll put it like that. She didn't seem pleased. Now again, uh, things could have went left with the way that I responded, right? If I responded in a harsh way, in a way of, a non-professional way, a defensive way, then, things would have gone left. However, I allowed the Lord to speak through me in a calm manner, um, with patience and understanding and everything like that. And she ended up rescheduling and everything is smooth. There was no trouble there. because, I decided to keep my mouth in check and everything like that. And so, again, like, how many times that we can, use this in our life for whatever aspect, whether it's things that we're writing or things that we're saying, or things that we're doing. Um, I know there's plenty of scenarios that we can do this. And, that is the juice today. I hope that these words encourage and inspire you. If you all want to go deeper, feel free to check out the Go Deeper section. Plenty of verses to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. But the Bible verse of today is John 1:12. It says, "But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, even to them that believed on his name." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.
Everyone is stuck at home, but life is still happening around us every day. Birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, and celebrations. Send your friends and family the gift of wine from the comforts of home. Wine shop at home with Miracle of Wine. Wine, gift baskets, wine accessories, and more at miracleofwine.com.